it's symptomatic of what I think has undermined Britain, which is this woke virus which is spread everywhere.
Elected politicians in Great Britain no longer run the country. A quiet coup took place inside Westminster, and the media completely blanked it. Unelected, untouchable HR bureaucrats now hold the power to muzzle your MP if they mention topics the establishment hates. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Your vote is being overridden by paper pushers with zero accountability. In this video, Rupert dismantles that trap. Let's play the tape, guys.
Peter, it's completely dysfunctional, and you probably know I spent quite a large sum of my own money, which I felt had to be spent, because I feel that people elect their MP to represent them in Parliament, and it should be Parliament that has the power. It shouldn't be the bureaucracy that surrounds Parliament. It shouldn't be the civil service. It shouldn't be the administrators of Parliament. It should be the MPs. We should be omnipotent. It's our home, and our job is to represent our electorate across the country. And so therefore the MPs are the people's representative, and they've been undermined. So the case I fought, which and by the way, I had the support of Jacob Rees-Mogg, who could see that what they had let happen over a period of time was actually the sovereignty of Parliament slipping away into the hands of these unelected people who administer Parliament.
So the actual MP had to spend loads of his own money just to fight for the right of Parliament to govern itself. How does that make sense? Power has shifted completely from elected representatives to the administrative staff surrounding them. When did that happen? Let's look at another one.
And this independent complaint and grievance scheme, I believe, is being used to effectively curtail debate within Parliament. So,
explain that. What is this?
Well, it's effectively a layer of complaint which is possible for people who work in Parliament, for them to make against MPs. So staff in Parliament can complain. There's an extra level of protection. You're not relying just on employment law, which we have in most companies. And it's been put there so that this body can, in my opinion, control the debate in Parliament. So, for instance, if somebody like me stands up and starts talking about things that the people in positions of so-called authority don't like, such as talking about mass deportations, or such as talking about immigration damaging the country, the fabric of the country, such as talking about, the Pakistani Muslim rape gangs, things that they used to call grooming gangs. Anything that they think is not something they want to talk about, they're able to level accusations at the MP concerned.
That is something I never heard before, so it's fascinating to listen to this. I mean, if MP says something which is not in line with a unelected staff which surrounds them, they can make MPs' lives hard. How is that? It shouldn't be like this. Dear Lord. Right, let's watch another one.
And I think I caught them breaking their own rules and doing things. It all goes back to the attempted assassination by Reform, political assassination of me by Reform. And I think I wanted to basically take them to court because I thought the way they behaved was so despicable. And I produced this 25-page document that I think is absolutely flawless, is my view. And they said, we're not going to see you in court because the ICGS has parliamentary privilege.
The bureaucracy broke its own rules, but the courts protected them using parliamentary privilege. So it's not just MPs have parliamentary privilege and immunity, but their staff as well. So if staff did something wrong, they are protected by parliamentary immunity. What is this nonsense? Let's watch another one.
Hold on, don't you have parliament?
I have parliamentary privilege designed to protect MPs on the floor of the House. And the rule of thumb, and Jacob and I discussed this at length, is that it should only apply to organs of Parliament, and that means that they have to report to a parliamentary committee of MPs.
Well, I think it should only be for people I voted for to have that privilege.
Correct. To protect them if they say something in Parliament which stimulates debate, even if what they say is wrong, at least you have an honest debate.
That's how it's supposed to be.
No, now ICGS, as a result of this judgment by Martin Chamberlain, I'm sure, people say to him, well, Martin Chamberlain's a good guy and you enjoy having a pint with him at the cricket. Well, I don't care about that. He's paid a lot of money every year to be completely impartial and to reach the right judgment. Well, I actually think he reached the wrong judgment. And like a lot of these judgments now, they don't make sense. So he actually, his crime was effectively by omission. It's not what he judged on, it's what he ignored in his judgment. And this is what judges can do. So, and this is why the jury trial is so essential to anybody who wants true justice. And that's why they're trying to get rid of the jury trial. It's nothing to do with court backlog. And I've actually been on jury service recently. I've seen the inefficiencies in which way the court runs. You could easily slimline the way in which courts operate. But the point about this is, his judgment means now that a committee, ICGS, which has no MPs on it, which reports to not a panel of MPs, it now reports, since Dame Laura Cox's, by design, she ripped it out of parliamentary reporting.
What? So deliberate structural change in 2020 pulled this entire complaints panel completely away from any committee and actual MPs. It was scrubbed off democratic accountability by design. Let's watch the next.
Of woke participants, including the Parliamentary Commissioner for Standards. So it is completely by design outside Parliament, and Dame Laura Cox actually stated this in 2020. So the JR, I think, should have been an open and closed case, but no. This means that the ICGS can now hear cases against MPs, and they're immune, they're not justiciable. You cannot take them to court. So if they behave badly, if their staff behave badly, if they behave fraudulently or deceptively, there is no legal recourse. And even if in 5 years' time one of them admits that they behaved
How do I apply for the job?
Inappropriately, there's nothing you can do today.
This is a fundamental attack
what
on
this
democracy.
is, what this is, Peter, this is an undermining, and I brought the case in the names of all my fellow MPs, even though I think they won't give me the data on what flavour of politician they investigate, but I suspect there are more Tory MPs, more Reform MPs, more Northern Irish MPs than there are Liberal Democrat MPs, Labour MPs, Green MPs.
So the board answers to an independent panel of unelected compliance officers, to my understanding. You cannot sue them, you cannot fire them, and you cannot appeal their findings. They have built administrative wall surrounding them. No wonder the country is broken. Anyway, so the mask is completely off. Rupert dismantled that very, very clearly. And the way I see it is, it doesn't matter what you're going to vote for. These representatives are not going to rule the country. The British system has been hijacked by a managerial class that operates entirely outside the law. Tell me in the comments below, has the UK officially become an administrative dictatorship where voting is absolutely useless? I'll see you in the next one. A quiet coup took place inside West. Power has shifted completely from elected. When did that happen? When the British system has been hijacked by a managerial. The British system has been